Hi, I'm Joe Zillman, president of Arcosa Shoring Products Incorporated. We would like to introduce you to a new product that we feel will greatly assist in the conversion of vertical shores at your facilities. We call it the ConvertiShore, and it does exactly what the name implies. It makes converting a multi-cylinder shore to a single cylinder shore a breeze, and vice versa. The genesis behind this patent-pending ConvertiShore is actually a dealer request, along with we have a very tenured employee that came up with this idea from some 3 decades ago, but we didn't take action. As you will see through the demonstration, there are many advantages to dealers, as well as there are many advantages to us as the manufacturer. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to change from a double cylinder to a single. So here we have a traditional double shore. You've got 2 cylinders, 2 rails, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to convert this to 2 separate single shores with, again, no tools required. So the main thing that makes this possible is we switched the traditional hose setup to a quick release hose setup so that you really don't have to do anything but pop them off. The only thing I do want to point out is that these new hose assemblies with the quick release have a locking quick release that requires to make sure that the ball lock is lined up with a groove in the actual oversleeve so that once you line them up, you can pop them off. However, when they're locked, you can't knock them off. So if a backhoe bucket inadvertently hit the hose, it would still be locked on. It wouldn't easily come off. Okay. So you can see that the ball lock is lined up with the groove in the quick release fitting. So now that that's lined up, you just pop this off. Once you've got the first one off, you just take this linch pin and open the pin up so that you can get the quick release fitting through this. This is just a normal fitting we use, or this linch pin we use on hitch pins on another product line. So this is a standard SKU for us. And we just simply added this to the key ring and a normal pivot pin. So you've got a spare part just in case you would need this. So this is kind of the spare tire. And then you take this off. Okay, once you're ready to remove this, you just, again, just to show, you just want to make sure that you line up that groove with this ball so that you can take it off, and then it comes off just like a normal quick release. You now have your hose. This hose in particular has got a new abrasion resistant coating on it. It's also color coded. This actually silver color is going to be for the 37-inch hose. The 59-inch hoses have a gold color. They are transparent so you can see through, so you can see the actual rating on the hose. After that, you start taking off the actual key rings on the normal pins. Once you've got those off, pull the rail off. Next, take the pins out of the cylinder side, set them to the side. You can now take that universal cylinder out, take this pin out, and also take the second one out. So one of the things that we want to highlight is this new special one-piece fitting. This is something we switched to with the traditional shores as well as the new ConvertiShore. This used to be 2 separate fittings which raised the height a little bit more, so we wanted to lower the profile, which will help prevent damage. So this new one-piece fitting is made special for us, and it basically encompasses 2 separate fittings. So again, less chance for leakage, less chance for breakage. I'll set this up for the 2. Both of these have the cylinder rail sticker, so you know that the actual cylinder base is going to go into that one. Now that we've got the doubles out and we're going to make single shores, you want to just make sure that you look at where the handle is, and you want to go with this fitting. You want to go with the front step that has the hole for the pivot pin. Line that up, put the pin in, and then you would put the keeper on. To save time, I will just demonstrate how quick and easy it is, with the exception of the key rings, which they can be put on right when we're done. one thing I'd like to point out in addition to the features is the tab data. Our tab data for the traditional vertical shores is going to be the same as this converter shore. Same tab data will be used for either product line, as everything's the same. It'll have the same capacity. It's just different fittings to make it easier to convert at your branch levels. So now I've started to take the two single shores apart so that I can convert them to a double shore. So I took the first rail off. I'm going to pop the pins out. I've already taken the key rings out to make it easier for your viewing pleasure, so it's not so boring. I'll set these two single cylinders aside. And now I'm going to turn the two singles back into a double, again, just to demonstrate how easy it is, whether you do it vice versa. One other thing that I'd like to point out is that this will make it very easy for you to train end users. If you're selling vertical shores to an end user, it's so much easier to assemble and disassemble that I think it's going to be easier to ship disassembled, which will save on freight costs, as well as it'll be much easier to train your customers. Next, you would hook up one end of the quick disconnect hose, making sure that this stays lined up. Give this a little twist so it's locked, and then you would take the other end, put it through the linch pin that's hooked up to the traditional pivot pin with the key ring. That's identical to what would normally be used, so you end up with a little bit of a spare tire. Slide that through, and then you can lock this down, and then you basically line this up again, get it detented. Twist it, locked, you're done. And then you would go to put on the other last rail. Get ready to pin everything. You put the pivot pins in there. You would hook up all the key rings if you were getting this ready to go out in the field. And then once you've got that back together, again, easy as a snap, you can scissor the rail down just to show that. This is really nice, this feature of having the hose go through this. It's offset a little bit, so it keeps the hose in control. In regards to this is our modified tail dragger base, which allows us to basically have protection for this fitting, as this actually hits the inside face of the rail when it's collapsed, rather than these fittings, as well as we modified this to make it a little different so that you had more room for the actual quick fitting and for your hand to remove it. But it does really help when you're gently slamming the shores down. We know that these things are going to take quite a bit of abuse out in the field. They're going to get thrown on trucks all over the place. So we are trying to simulate a little bit of wear and tear on this. We see no difference between the traditional and this new hose setup, other than it's tremendously easier to convert if you're trying to go back and forth in your actual branch. As well as we hope that this will reduce your indirect labor and expense. It'll also reduce your training expense. We appreciate your time today, and we hope that you found this video informative, and we hope that you see the advantages of this product. We really hope that this product takes off. We're excited about its future, and at present we have a patent pending on the converter shore, but this will be available for sale early in 2025. Thank you. Have a great day.